a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Deus Ex Media.
The stairwell creaked. At the top, the hem of a black dress appeared, along with sandaled feet that weren't quite human. The toes were gnarled and leathery, with overgrown nails like a bird's talons. As the woman descended into full view, I made a very undignified whimpering noise. She looked 100 years old, hunched over and emaciated. Her face, earlobes, and neck sagged with folds of wrinkly pink skin, as if she'd melted under a sun lamp. Her nose was a drooping beak. Her eyes gleamed in their cavernous sockets, and she was almost bald, just a few greasy black tufts, like weeds pushing through her craggy scalp. Her dress, however, was absolutely plush. It was midnight black, fluffy and huge, like a fur coat 6 sizes too big. As she stepped toward me, the material shifted, and I realized that it wasn't fur. The dress was made from black feathers. Her hands appeared from her sleeves, claw-like fingers, beckoning me forward. Her smile revealed teeth like broken bits of glass. And did I mention the smell? Not just old person smell. Old, dead person smell.
All right, let's do this thing.
Hello, welcome to Of the Eldest Gods.
Where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as a godly parent. And I'm Raye. Yeah.
I'm Charlie following the path of Bast.
Yeah, I'm Raye and I follow the path of Geb.
I'm Isabelle and I follow the path of Thoth, and I'm here.
And apparently you're the new host because you stole the intro.
Raye, I'm actually
It's
going to
Isabelle's
need
show.
your notes.
Oh, yeah.
Send those over.
Is that your segment now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Totally understandable.
She's just stealing
Okay.
the pod from us. She's like, I get to
So-
write your music, so now it's mine.
So this show is about Rick Riordan. And
Ostensibly.
today we're going to be talking about a chapter from A Throne of Fire. Is it chapter number 7? Am I crazy about that?
I mean, you are a little bit, but yes, you're correct.
Okay,
It's a gift from the dog-headed boy.
Yeah, there is so much to
Certainly
talk
is.
about here, and I think that our special guests, Raye and Charlie, have prepared some really exciting materials. So take it
Do
away.
we need to reintroduce ourselves to the listeners? Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
We're
So
early in
I've
the
read this
season.
book
People might
before,
be-
but I don't really remember it, so this is a fresh reaction from me, so I hope everyone has a great time.
And I mean, I didn't read the chapter in preparation for this episode, sadly, but I did read it in preparation for the pod. I read
You
the
did.
whole book.
Hey, so that's more recently than I've read the whole book.
Yeah.
And me also, but I read all the chapters before this one, so.
Oh, hey, almost like you're reading it for the first time.
Good job. Yeah. So, Isabelle, can you introduce yourself to the listeners? Who the fuck are you? Why would
Sure.
we have you here and let you steal our podcast for the
Yeah,
day?
It's because she
so-
deserves it, clearly.
So my name is Isabelle.
No way.
I, among many other things in my life, have composed music for this podcast. I also composed
Yes.
the original theme song for Content Incapable. And I am here to take revenge and, generally pilfer and defile podcasts all across.
Damn.
You're a Deus Ex celebrity.
Literally.
Literally.
I've only been on this show. Actually, wait, I was on Fandom's Gone Wrong back when Charlie was still doing that.
Why are we talking about the things that I,
That you did previously to
that I
this
did
moment?
previously? No, we don't need to talk about it anymore. It's fine. Everything's
Existing
fine.
in the past is cringe.
Acknowledging the past is cringe, is I believe Charlie's take here.
That's what Bird Before Reading is about.
Oh my god. What if on Bird Before Reading, I just had to re-listen to my old episodes
Oh,
and that was the
God.
cringe?
God, all of mine have my dead name in them.
Ugh.
Ooh.
No!
I don't tell anyone about the podcasts I used to run.
I'm so sorry, Dave. Oh yeah, give us your pronouns. Why don't you?
Oh, shit.
If you have those.
I use she, it pronouns. If you're cis, stick to she.
Mm-mm. That is so valid.
I
objectify
also
her.
don't objectify me. Queer people, please objectify me.
Fuck yeah.
Any other information? If you want me to write theme music, I'll do it. These two
Yeah,
can
you
attest.
Your
do have to give her
podcast.
money, but like
Plug number 1.
Yeah. Hey, she's pretty good at it. Like, you've made 2 of our theme songs.
I have made 2 of your
So-
theme songs, and we've talked about a third.
I can't
down
wait
the line.
for the... Listen, the Heroes one is the one that I'm just like, oh, I know the exact vibe that I want.
Mhm.
I don't remember what the vibe that you talked about last time was, but I know that it was cool.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the chapter? We
Yeah.
read a chapter. Or you guys read
Oh,
a chapter.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So as the host, I probably introduce the chapter, but because I'm very gracious, Charlie, you can go ahead and do
Oh,
that.
no, this is Ray's job. Ray's job.
So-
Ray does that.
So
Well,
how do
okay.
you guys feel about this chapter title? Gift from a dog-headed boy. I would say we get full accuracy points on this one. And I do have arguments if we have disagreements.
You have arguments? Like,
I mean,
for it?
there is certainly a gift from a dog-headed boy.
Indeed. And it's even her birthday and everything.
Yeah, I find it intensely important to me how old Sadie is in these chapters.
Oh, most certainly.
It's so wild. Why?
Truly.
Why?
Truly distressing.
But aside from that, I feel like that's actually not the defining moment of the chapter.
That's also true. That's also true.
Yeah, that's why I always forget that that's what this chapter is called. I'm just like, oh, like it's the chapter when those guys show up, and then I'm like, right,
Yeah,
she's
they
also there.
deserve a chapter title. You're correct. I tend to give them more when the chapter titles reference something that happens late in the chapter, because then it kind of puts a bow on things, even when it's not like, when we have something at the end that ties into the beginning. I feel like that, works better than when there's something insignificant at the beginning of the chapter. I'm like, what is this, Rick?
But if it's at the end, you're always looking for the thing to come up. Like the whole time that I read this chapter, I was like waiting for Anubis, and then I turned the page and there's no Anubis.
That adds some anticipation.
It would
to
have
your
been funnier
read.
if it was a different dog-headed god that showed up, and you're like, Anubis, where are you? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is actually someone with a golden retriever head.
Yeah,
Who is a much better boy than Anubis.
Oh my god, Sadie doesn't need another love interest, okay?
This guy wears short sleeve button downs and khakis daily.
You mean like her brother?
No, no,
Yeah, exactly.
No, he wears hoodies now. He's okay. He's good. All right.
I'm gonna get through y'all doing Kane Chronicles without having to read a single Carter chapter.
That's fine.
That is so valid
You're
of
not
you.
required to if you don't want to.
So my argument that didn't come up because we all just accepted the premise. Neither Sadie nor her friends see this man with a dog head, but spiritually he has a dog head, and we all know that. So
I was gonna say he doesn't have the dog head because of that. He has to be hot boy. So
If he's not hot boy, you might start thinking about how he's a 3,000-year-old deity.
Exactly.
Not great. Okay, guys. Let me tell you what happens. Sadie's grandma, she's been body snatched by a horrible vulture goddess.
Shit.
She's feeling less than positively about that situation. Neckbet also brought her man Bobby with her, and he has turned Gramps into a giant baboon. And they try to kill her and stuff. We finally get to meet Liz and Emma, who are now in mortal peril and have no idea what's going on. Anubis pops in to help. Liz and Emma also think that he is hot. He tells Sadie that the ice cream man has the second scroll, so they better go pick pick that up. And yes, it is a trap. Don't worry about it. He also gives her a ceremonial razor. Sadie is less than impressed with this as a birthday present. And then there is a non-con kiss that I'm sure we'll get into at some point in the future.
There's what? Hold on.
She says that, like, she's clearly into it, but he did not ask. And then on Dogboy's advice, the girls go for the underground. That's it. That's the end of the chapter.
Cool.
Yeah, that did happen. I will say, I guess there were things I forgot.
Hey, hey, 50-year-old Bostonian white man. How you doing?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Rick Riordan.
Oh, okay. I think he's like 60 now.
That's true.
He's also from Texas. I mean, he
lived in Boston.
I know he's lived in Boston, but
He's
that's why I
Texan
was
to
like,
me, though.
are you
After
talking
having
about
read Big Red
me?
Tequila, I'm like, that's a fucking Texan.
You are from Boston.
I am from Boston. That's
yes,
why I'm like,
yes.
did
So
the
you can
spirit of
see why
my
they were
father
confused.
overtake me for a minute or something.
You
I
can
was
be a
like-
Bostonian white man if you want, Charlie.
It was also
You've
the
got
first
2 of 3,
for me.
at least.
I know how old you are.
I know, that's why I'm
roughly.
like, the spirit of my father has overtaken me today, apparently. You know what? I do get the Boston accent really hard when I am mad. So I'm pretty sure I had it earlier today at work. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
What a day it's been. For all the listeners to understand the vibe of the recording today, I'm wearing sunglasses inside like an asshole because I have a migraine. Good times.
Also, I finally have a webcam.
Yeah, we can all
Perfect.
see each other.
I'm in a different apartment, but my setup is exactly the same.
I love the pink purple lighting. It's so
I was going to
Yeah.
say, that's
It can
all I
be any
noticed.
color. Watch. Podcast listeners, I need you to watch carefully.
As the color changes,
Yeah, we're
and the room
cycling.
gets
My voice is
gayer
off,
and
shit.
gayer. Didn't think that could happen. I do need to know, is it just the light on your hair, or is your hair also a color?
I'm
This
getting
is
the
such
impression it is
amazing
magenta.
podcast content,
Yeah.
but it is in fact pink going into purple, and I have bangs.
Very nice,
because
very nice.
I
Very
lit
good.
part of my hair on
I have
fire.
purple hair now, in case anyone wanted to see that.
I'm sorry, in case the
Gorgeous.
listeners missed that, Isabel's like, I lit part of my hair on fire.
I'm just a silly girl.
just a silly little girl, okay?
A silly little girl
So-
who owns lighters.
Which she should be taken from her. Probably.
No. fine.
Okay, that's what the chapter is about. Cool. Hey,
God.
we
Go
have
ahead.
we have new mythology things happening.
Yay!
Ooh, is it the knife?
You know, I probably should have put that here as well.
We talked about the opening of the mouth last book.
Okay,
So
okay.
so
We did, right?
if
That's
there
right.
is
Okay.
knife specific relevance, I'm
Actually-
sure we'll get into it later in this one.
Yeah, I might already have that written down somewhere.
Probably good.
But I had a plan. I was like, okay, we have 2 gods here and a couple chapters that they appear in, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna split them up.
Sounds good.
All right. So in case you missed it,
But
I got neck bets. To
Neck
talk about
bet.
today. And I'm pretty sure that's just how you say her name.
Great.
Yeah.
Love an
yeah,
easy
it's got an
name.
H in there, but you know how H's are in Egyptian words.
Oh, there's another spelling that has another E in it. You know, that's fine. It's because ancient Egyptian does not have vowels.
Yes.
So they're just
Mhm.
like had to add vowels all over the place. Anyway, Nekbet. She is actually like a small time goddess, kind of,
Hmm,
comparatively to all the other ones that we've like talked about so far.
makes sense.
She's like early pre-dynastic Egypt and a local goddess. Apparently, she's the patron of the city Nekeb,
Mm.
which is now called. Ooh, okay.
God,
So it's Nekeb
cities-
in Egyptian, but it's like El Kab. I don't know. I was just looking up the modern thing for a second.
I see.
Yes, I thought you were saying something, Isabel.
No,
Okay.
I wasn't.
Cool. Awesome. So she is the patron of Upper Egypt. So if you see her iconography, always a great thing to talk about on audio only things.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh-huh.
she has the bowling pin crown, as I like to call it.
Hell yeah. Good for her.
With the feathers on it and everything.
Mhm.
And she's not even a vulture-headed goddess. She's just straight up a vulture.
Yeah.
She's
As
not
she
lady.
should be.
She's not lady. She's just bird.
What's your problem with birds?
I don't have a problem with birds.
It
I'm
really
just saying
sounded like you had a problem with birds, Charlie.
I'm not saying I have a problem with them. I'm saying she's different from a lot of the other gods that we come across who are this and this. And she's just the one thing.
She is living her
Simpler.
best life.
At the bottom of the iconography section, it says that since she's an animal deity, like, she's normally just going to be depicted as the animal early on, and then later they would have, like, human form with animal head, which kind of makes sense as, you know, a progression and part of why that happens with all the Egyptian gods.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
there's definitely versions of Horus that I've seen that are also just, he's just a burb. He's just existing there. But I do think it's interesting that specifically this page was like, we're just gonna
just look at
do the
Vulture.
bird. Oh, there is, in the gallery, there's one of her as the lady. And, okay, she's got the vulture crown with the bowling pin on top of it.
I like that.
The vulture crown is, like, also very popular iconography for Isis, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, yeah, it's very, like, feminine crown thing that they use for...
Mm-hmm. And they are also funerary goddesses, just Isis, Nephthys, and Nekhbet all are, so that makes sense too.
Yeah.
All the, like, different versions of, like, sisterhood, shared domain among Egyptian gods are really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is about a lot of the Egyptian, like, goddesses is that a lot of them are like, are they also just Isis, but in a different hat?
Yeah.
Right.
Could be. Because they all kind of get subsumed into her, and I'm like, no, there can be more than one woman. It's okay to have other roles for women in society than just this one thing.
I don't know if that's true.
So, what is also interesting is that Nekhbet is not depicted as an old crone in any sort of way here. That's a Rick original. You know, that is Vulture vibes, though.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she was possessing an old woman.
Yes, also that.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about that when we get to the chapter. We're certainly gonna talk about that.
I do have a complaint with Rick. Not really, but I'm like, can we just be nice to vultures? They're so good. She's not an evil goddess. He just made her act like an asshole for this story, which is fine.
She's not. She's
justice for vultures.
Yeah. So like I said, she's specifically the goddess of Upper Egypt. There's apparently a counterpart of hers for Lower Egypt who's, guess what? Guess what animal? I'll give you one guess.
Snake?
Yeah.
Yay!
Chances are, if it's Egypt, it's probably a snake. It's always a fucking snake.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like, she's very much, like, about the kingdom of Egypt, it seems like. And it says that she becomes, like, kind of one of the gods of all of ancient Egypt when it's unified as well. So I would imagine there could be a version of her with, like, both crowns. Maybe. But
maybe it did read to me like she was one of the gods of all of Egypt by virtue of being the god of Upper Egypt.
Yes.
Like it read to me as like because she is this, she is also half of this team.
Yeah, because when Egypt is unified and all of that, they get the double crown and everything.
Makes sense. Yeah, as a symbol of the unification. Yeah.
Yeah, alright. The iconography is a lot about the birdie and the birdie stuff. Okay, so the vulture, which I would assume just, like, symbolizes her in ancient Egypt stuff, is, like, also appears where we get the uraeus, which is the cobra thing on a lot of those, like, Egyptian crowns or headdresses.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they're both together.
It specifically says for burial, you get the uraeus and the vulture.
Yeah, which is why you mentioned Isis and Nephthys, also, again, like, funerary goddesses, all together. But also, they're different things.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she's clutching the Shen symbol, which is, I know what this is. It exists. Apparently, it represents protection, I guess. There you go.
I'm glad we figured that out.
It's a special ring.
It's a special ring. It's very special. Hold on to it. Don't worry about it. And guess what? In pop culture, this is mentioned right here. Throne of Fire.
Yay!
Minor antagonist.
Whoa! Final Fantasy 12? Nice.
A, like, surprising number of appearances in various games.
To say 2 games and an anime, and then Rick. That's kind of interesting, yeah.
I think Dungeon Crawler Carl is actually a book series.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
All right, so
I have heard people talk about that recently, actually, which is very funny to me.
there we go. 2 books, game, anime, neck bet.
Good for her.
Yeah. So it's interesting that she's kind of a small-time goddess, but also, like, one of the most important of, like, Egypt
She
as a
seems to
whole.
have, like, a big responsibility and then not much else.
Yeah.
It's one symbol and not a lot of, like, interference kind of deal.
See, it sounds like she was regional, and then she kept getting more and more domain as time went on. You know, she starts off with the city Nekeb, and then, you know, moves into Upper Egypt, and then she becomes symbolical is not a word.
Symbolic.
Symbolic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really
and then she becomes symbolic of all of ancient Egypt after the unification. And she's just like, I'm just chilling here.
Yay! Alright, that's neck bet. We can talk about this fucking chapter.
Yay!
Today. A gift from a dog-headed boy, but we're not going to talk about him yet. Oh, that reminds me. I don't think I get to mention this the last time we were talking about Sadie's birthday, because remember, this is Sadie's birthday.
God, I didn't remember that. Jesus.
Yes, this is her birthday. Happy birthday, Sadie. This is 4 days before the spring equinox. So do that math in your head. What day is that?
I don't know what day the equinox is on.
21st. Her
The
birthday
17th or
is
18th?
March 17th. St. Patrick's Day.
Nice.
There we go. That's
Very
all.
nice.
That was important to me and me alone. I just think it's funny.
Never mentioned.
Rick, you never fucking mentioned this? You didn't make a joke about it being St. Patrick's Day?
Is she
It would've
even
been
wearing
so easy.
Rick? Come on now.
Have them encounter an Irish person.
Right? Where's our Irish rep here in Great
They're
Britain?
in the UK. Ireland is right there.
Rick
Yeah.
Riordan hates Irish people, is I think the only message to take from this.
Yeah, which is funny because I'm pretty sure his last name is Irish.
Absolutely it is, but we might have to cancel him.
Will do.
Internalized
Absolutely.
Irish phobia.
Irish
Yeah.
phobia. Sorry, that was funny. All right, so we get to the dramatic thing that we left Sadie on last time, where she realized, fuck, somebody's in this apartment.
Indeed. And Sadie lampshades that realization for us, which is, you know, pretty funny in this context. She's like, everybody's been waiting.
2 chapters leading off on this, like, fucking you're like, what's happening? What's happening? I think this is why I have, like, such memories of reading this part of the book and everything. I was just like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? What is it? Here it is.
You got cliff hung.
I really did.
Yeah, me too. I remember this chapter so vividly.
So there's a voice, and it's not her gran or her gramps, but someone's at the top of the stairwell and looking mighty creepy.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Sadie can't even get her gear because she's really bad at summoning things in the Dua, as she has earlier established. Sadie, why do you put stuff in there? Don't do it.
I know, she's like, I wasn't gonna...
Just keep it with you and deal with the awkwardness.
I wanted to dress fun in comfort clothing for my birthday, and I'm just like, that's such a mood girl.
Isn't she wearing combat boots?
Exactly.
That's her comfort.
Good for her.
My
She
comfort
deserves
clothing is my Timberlands, so
The
that's why I wear them every day. Yeah, so creepy lady. We get a very vivid description of what she looks like. Again, this is why I remembered this chapter.
Yeah,
Creepy fucking lady.
You keep bringing up Rick's horror writing. This is some goddamn horror writing.
Right?
Why did he do this?
This is why I keep saying Rick needs to stop writing these middle grade, like, fantasy books. He needs to start going into some horror shit.
Rick, rewrite
the new
Dracula
Stephen
for
King.
fun. It'll be great.
Right?
He would be good at that.
Be so good at it.
Is
Come
the
on.
thing. He'd be really quite good.
Mr. Riordan. Come on.
Mr. Riordan.
You must do this.
Just, he can also do that as, like, you know, in the modern days. What if instead of mythology, he's just started doing, like, classic horror, like Universal monsters? Like,
yes. Oh my god. Wait, he
Would be
remakes, like, it's like Monster High, but, like,
Yeah.
But scary.
But it's actually horror. Okay?
Incredible.
It's like the children of those
Exactly.
monsters, but it's still horror. Okay? It stays within the genre. Anyway.
This is a perfect idea.
There are zero problems with it whatsoever.
None.
Someone
Absolutely.
pitched this.
Dracula didn't fucking die at the end of that book. No way.
No. Not in this
All right.
canon.
So she's really old because she's supposed to be a woman who looks like a vulture.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He does a good job
That
of
is what
making
happens.
that, image stick in your brain. Like the very
Yeah.
leathery, wrinkled, like drooping skin of like a vulture. Yeah,
And like,
great.
there's definitely a critique here about like, oh, you're like villainizing her because she's evil or whatever. But like, I
Mhm.
understand what he's trying to do here based off of the goddess itself, is that he's like, oh,
Yeah.
she's a vulture, and I'm trying to like make her look like a person. How do I do that? He could have just had her be a bird. I'm not gonna lie. He could have.
But he is doing a thing specifically
Yes.
with the way that her grandparents' bodies have been taken over in like the most
That
fucked
is
up way
true.
possible.
That is true.
Yeah.
The dress made of the feathers.
With like blood and viscera on them. Nice.
He really
Gross.
gets very explicit about it.
Yeah, not just old person smell, old dead person smell. I don't like it. And
Yeah.
okay,
So yeah, Rick needed a villain, and he was like, where do I get one? He found that there was a vulture goddess. He was like, vultures, scary, got it.
and okay, we gotta get into it. So basically, she's just been chilling here, waiting for Sadie to come home, like just standing at the top of the stairs, like,
Yeah, as you
"Gonna
do.
knock yet? She gonna knock? Come on, time's ticking. My time is valuable to me."
Yeah, she needs to do the dramatic reveal. And, sometimes sacrifices have to be made for dramatic reveals.
Yeah. Speaking of dramatic reveals, when she transforms back into Gran for a
Oh
moment,
my god, horrifying.
and it's just like
Just sadism. Just
British old lady here.
yeah.
And she looks scared.
It's
And
like, yeah, I'm your gran. Deal.
okay, not gonna lie, this is reminding me of something that happened in House of Anubis. So, which is something that we need to cover on the bonus show soon. I'm so excited. But yeah, so Necbet's like, your family is blood of the pharaohs, both sides. Don't forget that.
Mhm.
So she's a perfect host for the gods. But she's a little old, so don't make me strain myself.
Horrifying.
Just a
Terrible.
threat.
Ah,
Just a direct threat.
Like-
So her philosophy here, very interesting. Clearly Rick just made this up. It's fine.
I kind of think I get it though.
Yeah, no.
Based off of what we have learned about Necbet specifically.
Oh, and what it does for like the plot and themes of the story. Like it works very, very well. I just am sad that vultures keep getting villainized.
Yeah.
So this is a me problem.
Yeah, justice for vultures.
Justice for vultures.
They're so
New
good
merch coming
for
soon.
your environment. They get rid of roadkill. They're the best and we love them. And everyone's like, ew, vultures. They smell so bad. And I'm like, leave them alone. They're just birds. They're in the sky.
That is just a burb. Leave the burb
You
alone.
sound like me talking about pigeons.
No, pigeons are the best. Everyone should be nice to them.
Everyone has to be nice to pigeons. We abandoned
Exactly.
them.
It's our fault.
Literally.
The poor birds.
Anyways.
Why are we so terrible to the birds?
Yeah.
Where's our pigeon god?
I know.
Yeah, so basically, Necbet is like, some of us gods doubt your strength. We doubt that you possibly could prove yourself worthy to do this
And
quest.
I like the philosophy that she brings up here. They are trying to resurrect Ra. And she says that the dead should stay dead. The dead are meant to be eaten. You want to bring back like a decrepit old man and have him be our pharaoh? I'm not down with that. And I'm like, that makes sense for a vulture person to have that idea
Absolutely.
about like
Yeah.
very strong feelings about death and the permanence of it.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, but then there's like some like weird eugenics in her philosophy where she's like, we have to cull the herd of the weak.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about the eugenics.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's something about gods always wanting you to prove yourself, like as a thing, and you need to be strong enough, kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's a
it's
trope.
not great, but it is a trope, and how these things kind of
Yeah,
work.
just like the way that she specifically talks about like straight up eugenics.
Yeah, just a bit.
But like she
It's
is a villain in
really-
the story. Like I'm not saying that like Rick is problematic for it or
Right.
whatever.
Sadie almost remembers her name. She calls her neck butt.
Close.
Okay, so this thing that Rick does where he kind of makes fun of the Egyptian language is not ideal, but I think
No.
that the reason that he does it like this is to help give kids a pronunciation guide in a funny way.
Yeah,
you know that the
always.
word neck is in there at this point, you know? So,
Yeah, I
so
think-
I'm not as mad at it as I could be.
I think that's what he was trying to do with Percy as well, is like, oh, am I hearing this thing wrong? Like, I'm saying it funny, but it's definitely trying to help the kids know how to say these words. And definitely helped me as a kid, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's a fair thing to critique if you want to, but it's not like that I think it's mostly harmless, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, it doesn't come across as malicious, but like if you're like there's a lot of languages that get a lot of flack for being like, oh, that's so hard. And it's like, it's just a language. Leave people alone.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Sadie is really mean to vultures here. And
she is.
She's like, if you get out of my gran, I'll buy you some breath mints.
Damn.
Ugh.
These kids can't not sass immortal deities.
Well, no, they're invincible. They're teenagers.
She's a teenager now. Correct. She's 13.
God.
Oh God. Good for you, Sadie. We need to talk about appropriate age gaps at your tender age.
Someone needs to talk to Sadie.
Yes, very much so.
An adult. I don't know what Amos is doing.
Amos,
Not
Sadie
enough.
needs an adult.
Yeah.
But hey, now her age gap with Will is only 1 year, so that's
Walt?
actually what?
You said Will.
Oh, Walt. Damn.
Will Salas.
There
No,
is
Walt
a Will.
Disney.
He's not in this book. Sorry, Walt. I forgot your name apparently.
I forget.
Yes, but
Walt
Walt's 14,
exists
correct?
Constantly. I do think he's a little older than Sadie.
We were told that he is the same age as Carter, so 14,
Yeah.
earlier in this book. So,
That is what I thought. And if she's 13, I'm fine with that, potentially.
yeah, like, that's normal.
Yeah. 13, 14 is like fine. That's fine.
Yeah, 1 year is big at that age, but it's not like
Yeah.
untenable.
Yeah, so Neckbed also tries to threaten her friends, who are like, oh, I know they're
Yes.
gonna come here, so I can kill them too, you know. And you
Yeah,
haven't even
just
met Gramps
sorry.
yet.
I wanna like back up once again
Go for
and
it.
be
Go for
and
it.
like examine the horror of the situation. Like a terrifying creature has possessed your grandmother, who you were coming to visit, and is now threatening to kill her and your friends. Like
Yes. Do you have any questions?
horrifying, truly.
Deeply. Upsettingly, even.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can go back. Oh my god, I forgot how bad this is because Gramps gets a transformation sequence.
Oh.
Like a fucking werewolf baboon. Were-baboon.
Animorph?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He animorphs, but not willingly.
It's like animorphing if you could feel all the pain of animorphing.
And I love this, how Neckbat is like, we vultures like to follow a nice big predator around, you know, and wait for it to do the killing.
I love that. I love that. I don't care that these gods apparently have nothing to do with each other in the lore. That is such a fun reason for Rick to pair them up.
The logic
Yeah,
is super sound.
Mhm.
It makes sense to me.
And that's literally a thing that vultures do. They will follow predators. They will go, like, vultures and other, like, carrion birds become symbols of battle because they would follow soldiers around and wait for for battles to be over, which terrifying.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Raye?
Hmm?
They follow me in Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yay! That's amazing.
All the guys that I kill.
That's amazing. I love it.
At one point, I was just like, "Wait, what's going on there? That's a bird. Oh, I get it now."
It's because they know. Yeah, they know how
I was
powerful
like,
you
that
are.
was fast. Oh yeah, so terrifying moment for terrifying moment for Gramps. He's screaming no, and
Then his like voice transforms in the middle of screaming. Horrifying.
and then he's
Makes me
Bobby.
feel ill.
Babi, Bobby. And Sadie's like, you've got a god named Bobby. Bobby, King of the Hill voice.
Actually, his full name is Robert.
Great.
You're welcome, Robert.
Robert, you're in this one. Wow.
I can't believe
Thank you for
it.
protecting Robert's honor.
And it's I don't like this. So they're gonna hunt her. They're gonna hunt her.
So deeply fucked. I just keep repeating myself and I feel bad because that doesn't make for interesting podcasting. But like every moment like hits harder.
Yeah, we don't even see what he is. We don't even see what he is. We just, like, Neckbat's like, yeah, there's gonna be a hunt, obviously, because Sadie is running the fuck away, and she bumps into her friends.
Yay, finally!
Hell yeah.
We've been getting Liz and Emma all the time, and we finally get to meet them. They had a cute birthday present, and they drop it. And they leave it.
Wouldn't you?
Ugh,
we're never gonna know what that was. Poor Sadie.
We'll never know. What do you think the birthday present was? What does Sadie want for her birthday?
It was
From
a
her mates,
really
Liz and
nice
Emma.
cupcake. Like a
Aw.
really lovely bakery made cupcake.
And that's why she dropped it, because it got squished and it wasn't any good anymore.
Yeah, exactly. When they fell over.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
So they are running away for their lives together, and they're like, what do you mean we're being chased by a god named Bobby? It's like, what kind of joke is this?
Right.
Because they don't know shit.
They think Sadie is joking. Like, Sadie does this sometimes. I want to know what Sadie was like before. Like, I really want to...
I think Sadie was
a short story.
complete troll.
Oh,
And I support
absolutely.
that for her.
Yeah.
She was. So we got some description of the two gals.
At least Emma. She has very eclectic 70s fashion, described as if Elton John had an Indian daughter.
Yep.
What a crazy way to describe a character.
And Liz is ginger.
Good to know. Thanks, Rick.
That's also a minority. Why not?
There we go. All three of them.
Yeah. 3 genders.
Okay. So they're running, and we finally get Bobby, our guy. And Sadie's first thought is, oh my god, it's Khufu. Even though this baboon looks absolutely nothing like Khufu whatsoever. That's just every baboon is Khufu to her.
It's Khufu from hell.
I love all the little bits of like Sadie being a little bit weird that are thrown in to all of her chapters. It's like my favorite thing about her.
That is what preteen girls are like. If your girl isn't like a little bit of a freak, like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Rick Riordan, a 50-year-old Texan man, was able to encapsulate a 12 to 13-year-old girl.
In some ways.
Not honestly, he's not very good at it. But
we know that he's trying his best, and we appreciate
trying
that.
so hard. He's trying just so hard.
He could always get somebody else to write the Sadie chapters. Like, why didn't he think about this?
No, that would be different.
Men don't know that they're bad at writing women. They think that they know what a woman is, and
well, a woman is when high voice. Woman is when high voice.
Indeed.
And fashion, clothes.
Yeah. All the things
we know
what
the things girls care about.
Correct. Fashion, clothes.
I
don't know. Okay, we're being chased by giant baboon. Don't like it.
People are screaming and running. We don't know what they're seeing. Probably not a giant baboon. Probably something very scary though, because
good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything scarier than a giant baboon with huge scimitar teeth.
A tank.
No, I could run from a tank.
No, I'm like, are they seeing just like a giant tank running through? Or like, just something to get them out of the road. I don't know, man. Cars are swerving, pedestrians are screaming. It's not great.
They don't have bears in the UK, but could be like a giant bear.
He's still wearing Gramps' favorite cardigan.
And it's all ripped up, and his glasses are on his head, and that makes me really upset, actually.
Sadie's grandparents have done literally nothing to deserve this.
They were racist in the first book, so...
That's true.
But they're just little old people also, though.
They are little old people. They don't really deserve the heart-wrenching of this, but they do deserve, like, a little bit of a swat in the head. Just to be like, can you, like, not?
They deserve some education from people who are not their people of color, son-in-law and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Who do not need to deal with some of their bullshit. But
Now, okay. So, you know what my brain just thought of? Before, a couple chapters ago, I don't remember, we were talking about how Sadie and Carter, and Amos gained some attributes from the gods that inhabited their bodies.
Indeed.
So now that means that Gran and Gramps are going to gain some attributes from these two, now that they have been possessed.
I would kind of love that. Yeah.
Fucked up, but also, this entire thing is fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it would make them much cooler grandparents if they were a little bit vulture and baboony. Not much, just a little bit.
They're already pretty cool grandparents, it seems like. At least for Sadie.
They have a lot of tea.
Yeah.
We don't know that much about them. But
they look very grandparent shaped.
Yes.
They look like some old British people, for sure.
Yeah. Is that not a grandparent shape?
I mean, yes, it is. Oh yeah, Sadie does talk about some good times with Gramps. How they go to the park and the zoo. He'd get her sweets.
He'd read her stories and while she sat on his lap when she was little.
And now this man is ripping doors off of buildings to get in there.
Terrifying the people in the pub.
Yeah. And Sadie's just like, what are these people seeing? What is going on?
It could just be like a rampaging gorilla. You could assume that it broke out of a zoo. Gorilla's terrifying.
I don't think we get to see it in a future chapter, but I hate the immediate aftermath of what this must have been for Graham and Gramps.
Right? Mm-hmm. My brain is also going to Liz and Emma in this situation. Because as far as we know, they are normal mortals.
Yeah, what on earth are they seeing?
Pharaohs,
I don't think ever
godly
show up
blood.
again.
I don't think they do either. But what do you do with that scenario? Does the House of Life come and do the Men in Black thing of just wiping people's memories?
I think that would be too responsible for them.
Probably, because I feel like the House of Life needs to deal with this bullshit that's happening in this chapter.
So mortals normally, their eyes skip over magic or whatever, and they can't tell what's going on. Since Sadie explained what's going on, are they able to see through it better? Are they going to have to go the rest of their lives knowing?
I think it's the same as, the Mist, right?
Is it?
The same power, at least I think that's what's implied, because it's all the same world.
It is the same world, but Rick has never said in these books that there is, an external force that makes this happen. It's, a feature of magic itself.
It's true, but I do think it gets... I haven't read... There's a crossover book.
There
with
is.
Percy Jackson and
that I read once, and
I haven't read
remember.
it in ages.
I was gonna say we are not allowed to cover it until we have covered Heroes,
right?
Because it has spoilers.
Okay, but
Sadly.
I think there's a mix. I think there's a mention of the Mist in there.
Okay.
Probably.
Because I have been wondering that this whole time, if the Mist is canon in Kane.
I was going to say, I'm sure Owen has, our friend who has the podcast Through the Mist, who talks about all of, the lore in these books and tries to make some sort of sense of it. I'm pretty sure he's probably scoped everything out and somehow explained how the magic system works, even though it doesn't have the Mist, or if the Mist does affect this magic system. Somehow, I mean, it's the name of his podcast, so...
Yeah. He probably knows.
Also, I think he's on the next episode.
So we'll be able to ask him. Good. Because if anyone knows, it's Owen.
Probably. Okay, so, Liz and Emma are told that that's the bloody god of baboons.
You're not supposed to say bloody. Actual British children get in trouble for that. I'm like, are they allowed to say... If you have a British version of this book, is the word bloody in there,
Probably.
Ooh, that's an equivalent of fuck for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. Because isn't that in Harry Potter also?
Yeah. I feel
one
like
of them
it's
says
much
bloody
milder.
at some point, so I don't think it's that bad.
They don't censor as much over there, from what I understand.
That's true.
But
anyway.
my impression is that bloody is more like an equivalent of hell, where you're not supposed to say it as a kid, but
bloody hell.
People get over it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if they would censor that or not, but I think this makes sense for Sadie to say it because of what we've already talked about of how Sadie is very punk rock.
Of course.
So,
yeah, Sadie swears. I believe that.
And then they run into a graveyard.
I do love how the baboon maybe has Graham's bad eyesight.
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, I'm wondering if that's a
me.
feature of baboons, because a lot of creatures, you know, will use scent more than sight.
I just think it's funny that Sadie was like, oh, what if that happened? Because
what if he hasn't noticed that his glasses are on his head?
Yeah!
Which is a thing that grandparents do, and also me.
Exactly. So yeah, the two gods after them, and now the graveyard. There's graveyard. Also, there's other things.
So
there's a dog.
They're like running off. They're trying to escape. Anubis grabs her arm, and and Liz and Emma are like, hot boy?
Literally.
I know we're running for our lives, but hot boy?
Can I read his description very quickly?
Yeah.
He was in his mortal form as a teen boy with dark wind-blown hair and warm brown eyes. He wore a black dead weather t-shirt and black jeans that fit him extremely well. Sadie? Sadie.
Huh?
Girl.
I don't know Dead Weather. I'm assuming that's a band.
She's thirsty.
I know.
She's too thirsty. She's 13.
Girlie is like
that is a little
reaching
wild.
like peak puberty.
It is. I don't think I was this thirsty till I was 15 though.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. I don't know why he did it like this. He kept it so much more tame in Percy Jackson.
I think he specifically was like, I have to start at 12 again for at least one of them because, you know, this is the beginning of a series. And then this series, like, this is only a few months after, and there's only one more book after this. It doesn't go as long.
It also, in general, has, like, a slightly more adult tone. Percy Jackson is really for, like, 3rd through 6th graders.
Yeah.
At least the start of it.
Sadie should be 14.
Yeah.
I agree. Right? They should be 14 and 16.
14, turning 15. Carter is 16. There we go.
These books are for like 5th to 8th grade, maybe. Like it's a little bit of an older skew.
It does seem to be. And so I think that it's weird that she's 12. Like, not that I'm saying that this kind of person does not exist in the real world. There are definitely 12 and 13-year-old girls who like have like this obsession with maturity and like want to talk about boys because like that's what they feel like they're supposed to do. What? Sorry.
They're traumatized as fuck.
Oh, yes.
She is. Absolutely. Her birthday cake blew up when she was 6. She's traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not saying that this character couldn't exist. I'm just saying that it's a little weird and that it would make more sense to me if she was 14.
And the thirst does not stop with Sadie. Because Liz and Emma can't speak to boys. Their brains cease to function, apparently. And they stumble into, Sadie. It's... Oh, okay. And Sadie is just able to just calmly be like, okay, so this is what's up. Can you help us, please? So we don't die? They have to go into his territory, of course.
Just Sadie.
Obviously.
The girls left outside, like, in baboon.
There's a baboon coming. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Everything is fine.
And they're like, what do you mean the hot boys' territory is the cemetery? And no one explains that to them.
Yeah, when you say this book is meant for older kids, I just really see it, especially in this chapter too. With everything we've talked about, how scary it is, and then Anubis and all of his his bad boy era, bad boy not era
persona
aura. His bad boy aura just gives off like he's giving, what's the character for the Vampire Diaries? Either way, it's a guy who hangs out in fucking cemeteries and looks like a bad boy. What's going on here?
Right. Like what?
Too many things.
Why was this the choice?
If he wasn't the love interest, maybe it would be okay.
If he wasn't the love interest, it would be fine. If he wasn't reciprocating, it would be fine.
It would be better. I do appreciate how he asks the dead person if they can sit there on the sarcophagus.
That delights me.
He has a real track record of being like very sweet and professional.
Absolutely. Which is why
Except
it's
with
weird that
Sadie.
he reciprocates. Alright, yeah. So she doesn't mind, and we don't get an answer if she does. So they have
I
to
don't
go
think she
to
does.
the 18th gnome. That's where part of the Book of Ra is. Plot!
It's
Remember
in
the plot?
The plot of the book?
Yeah, this chapter is not just singular.
Let me tell you, I remember none of it.
So the second section of the Book of Ra is in Vlad Menchikov's fucking desk, and it is a trap.
Yes,
Well,
obviously.
yeah, but don't worry about that. It'll be fine.
Not important, but you do need to go to his headquarters, Vlad the Inhaler's home turf, and steal it right from under his nose. Don't worry about it.
Great.
We'll get thirsty again. And Anubis can't intervene here, as usual. He can't do shit.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
he's
so
low-key a
much god
deadbeat.
politics in this book so far.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening with the other two, is that they're like...
That's entirely what's happening with the other two.
Yeah.
They're not cool with what's going on. And they're the first ones who are directly attempting to hinder our protagonists.
Yeah. And even mentioned that Horace technically warned Carter about that, too. He was like, there are some who don't want you to wake Ra, so beware of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it happened. And yeah, again, Anubis can only manifest right here in this place of the dead, so he can't really do anything anyway.
But he can give her a knife.
Yeah, here, happy birthday.
You can give her an unhelpful knife.
Have a knife. It's super helpful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Will it defeat the baboon?
No.
No.
That's not what it's
I think that's the immediate problem.
And he does confirm that she does have to defeat the baboon and the vulture, or else they will not stop hunting them.
Right. Like that would... Maybe you want to help a
He
little?
says he can't. His hands are tied, I guess.
Mhm.
Sadie is not happy with that answer either.
Dude, show up.
But also very important, he told her driver where to come get her. He's like, here's where you need to go. Take the underground, and your driver is going to be over on the bridge. So,
Who is her driver?
I know.
I don't.
I don't.
I'm assuming that it is whoever Bast was sending, but I still don't know who that is either, so.
Maybe it's Ra. Maybe he's awake already.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Maybe it's Apophis.
He's got a chariot, so it all makes sense. Wow, you figured
Maybe
it
it's
out.
Apophis, for real.
Maybe it's Apophis's twin brother, who's actually super chill.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's Set. For fun.
God, my favorite queer-coded villain, gay uncle. Oh my god.
I do love the trope where, like, your main villain gets usurped by a more scary villain, and then since he doesn't have a job anymore, you just, like, tame him. And he's not, like, a good guy, but he just hangs out, like, being weird.
Right.
That's very
evil?
good vibes.
Yeah, but that's the evil uncle.
Exactly.
Again, Set's kind of cool.
A little.
Like, he sucks, but he's also kind of cool in that way.
He's your cool gay uncle who sucks.
Yeah, he's very controversial. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Anubis says happy birthday, and then something happens.
On the lips, man. On the lips? Are you for real, Mr. 3016-year-old?
Hand,
The fan
forehead.
The fan art that I've seen of this, because it definitely exists.
Of course it does. Like, when I was reading this when I was like 12 or what the fuck ever, I like, you know, the ages don't like stick in your brain. You like don't care.
It's so weird.
Because
it's so
it's not even just that he's, you know, thousands of years old and all that.
Right.
Rick was also like, oh, let me explain it away. He's still like a teenager. He's still 16.
Why did you make him 16 if that's what you were going for? I don't understand.
Why did you make
You're going with
Sadie?
an immortal child. Why not give him
Why
Sadie's
did you make
age?
Sadie 12?
Why? Yeah.
Why is she turning
like
16? Nope.
There's so many questions.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's super, like, I always want to give Rick the benefit of the doubt because he is always like trying his best. Like we have talked about this, like, you know, he has made mistakes and we show a lot of forgiveness for a lot of those mistakes because he is learning and growing as a creator, as an author, as an activist, all that stuff. I don't understand why he did this. It's bad.
This choice is really crazy.
This is still early on in some of his stuff, and more things do happen later on in this series that I cannot talk about. I'm assuming you're
don't talk
negative
to
about them.
Don't. So when you get to them, have me back on. That chapter's kind of fun. And also, what?
I'm neutral about
the
it.
end conclusion is kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, we can't get into this because Raye is like, what the fuck is going on?
Sitting here just like smiling, just like, I'm sure I'll get there eventually.
I
Yay!
think it ends poorly from an artistic choice standpoint. That's as much as I'll say.
I see what he was going for.
It's
I don't know.
poorly conceived from the outset.
Again, it's the ages. It's the fucking ages for me. Anyway, yeah. So when he leaves, her friends are like, "God, he was hot." A god, yes.
Are her friends also 12?
I would assume so.
Great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're in the same grade at least. So 12, 13.
Love that.
Well, maybe they're 13. Maybe
13
one of
I
them's
do
14.
feel a little better about, but
I don't know. Yeah. And she's humming happy birthday to herself because she's happy about that. Goodbye. The pod just ends.
There's only so much that we can do.
Okay.
You know, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
Okay.
Is not great.
It's like
Thank you,
such
everyone.
a strong start to a chapter, and then halfway through.
I mean, it's 2 separate chapters. It's very strange that they're linked
Right?
like this. In the Red Pyramid, this would have been 2 chapters.
Correct. But this book is like, nah, we gotta condense that shit. We gotta figure it out.
I mean, fair enough. 40 in a middle grade novel is crazy.
Truly. All right, Isabelle.
All right.
Where can the people find you on the internet? I mean, it's in our, it's
well, I mean, I'm the host of this show, so
Right.
Yeah,
So right here.
I think I'll be here every week. I was working in all the past recordings, but I'm going to be a lot more vocal from here on out. I can be found on the internet at Kane_I on Instagram. I just left Twitter, but if you want to follow my account there, you can.
You were still
I'm pretty
there?
much everywhere
So
else
sorry.
too. I have some Blue Sky. I have some videos from years ago up on my YouTube channel if you want to watch that. Hire me to do music or podcasting.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
And I will see you next week.
Pretty chaotic.
Special guests, how are you? How are you feeling about
We're
the
doing
show?
great. I was
Where can
trying
we
to
find
figure
you?
out if I have a plug. Do either of you guys
Yeah.
have a media?
Yeah, media plugs.
Oh.
Give me a second. Give me.
Okay, so we were talking about Boston accents earlier. I have been, possibly this is the same recommendation I gave last time, but I've been watching Grey's Anatomy quite
Maybe
extensively.
God.
Very nice.
And Ellen Pompeo also has a remarkably strong Boston accent that comes out randomly.
There you go. There's your connection. It was all planned.
Everyone watch Grey's Anatomy. Go see a play. Go see a play. That's my recommendation. Wherever you are, look up Performing Arts Center or theater near you and go see a play.
Very nice.
You can probably find a discount code, especially if you're under 30.
Very nice. Yeah. Local theater or traveling theater, both are very good.
Yeah.
I second
Local
that
theater will
recommendation.
probably be cheaper.
Yes. I thought of a recommendation, which is that I've been really into the Amazing Digital Circus as of recording, not as of posting. Episode 6 came out recently, and it fucking slapped. So, yeah, if you haven't watched that, you probably have heard of it. It's been like crazy popular on YouTube.
I was shown the first episode, and I was scared. So I don't know if I'll watch more, but we'll see. It's a terrifying concept.
It is.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's like an isekai, except into like an edutainment game from the 90s.
That's if you don't know what an isekai is. It's when you get sucked into like a game or a piece of media.
Or another world is all.
Yeah, another world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, they got Sword Art Online, except into like a goofy ass cartoon circus.
Nice.
One of the listed inspirations for this like goofy ass cartoon on YouTube is Harlan Ellison's Don't Hug Me, I'm Not. Oh my god, fucking. Why did I say Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? I have YouTube like fucking series on the brain. It's fucking I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
That makes sense.
Crazy.
Because there's AI who's in charge of a bunch of people and makes them do fun little adventures.
Like I said, I was unsettled.
I do think that the pilot is the weakest episode.
That's fair. That's what I've been told as well.
Yes. It's weakest, I think, writing and animation-wise. I think there's improvements to every episode beyond it. Episode 2 is really one of my favorites because it goes into some of the, I really like examinations of like humanity and treating people who would not typically be treated with humanity. And that as like a concept, you know, I love AIs, I love robots and doppelgangers and shit. So episode 2 hits good for me. Fuck no. I don't love language learning models. They're bitches.
If I can do one more recommendation. Worlds Beyond Number just finished their first book of their first campaign, so now's a great time to start binging it. It's a actual play podcast with Brendan Lee Mulligan, Abria Iyengar, Lou Wilson, and Erika Ishii, and they're telling stories about inclusion and the nature of power in the world and what it means to resist power. And there's a lot of like very meaningful philosophy in it for the current world that we exist in.
Very wonderful.
Very cool.
You got anything, Charles?
I'm going to recommend an artist that, because I went to Fan Expo Chicago, and hey, I love going to Artist Alley. I don't know about y'all, but I love going to Artist Alley. And especially when I can suddenly just turn a corner and be like, oh my god, enamel pins? Pretty enamel pins for me? Based off of gods and goddesses that I know and love. Also, Moon Knight. So not only Greek stuff, but also Egyptian stuff.
Yay!
So we got all the pals here. My recommendation is BV Enamel Art. I believe that's what they're called on all of their socials, Instagram and TikTok. I'm on their link tree right now. And there's the series on Greek stuff, there's the series on Egyptian. They pair some of the pins together and everything. There's the Moon Knight stuff. I'm seeing something from Miraculous Ladybug on here as well. And Pokemon. There's some Hecate specific ones. They got some witchy stuff as well.
I'm seeing a moving Anubis scales.
Yes.
Relevant to this
Ooh,
chapter.
That's fun.
Yes. Lots of very pretty ones, I must say.
Yeah,
and I was just
really
like,
cool.
oh my god, there's so
those.
many things here I can't possibly choose. I will say I did not see a Hades pin, so I think that was why I couldn't choose, on a Greek one at least. But I did buy a gold Ankh necklace.
Yay! That's so cool.
Nice.
So I was like, oh my god, that's something like simple that I've been needing. So now I have an Ankh necklace, and I need to wear it more often because good vibes.
Good vibes.
Okay.
Well, that is symbolizing life, but it's time for the opposite of life. And I think you should release us from this mortal coil.
Podcast.
It's time to murder all of you, apparently.
All right. Thank you
That's
both
what
for
happens
coming
at
on
the
the
end
show.
of every podcast, is that we all get murdered.
Yeah, so get the fuck out of my house.
You're getting out of Isabelle's house, don't you remember,
Yeah,
Charlie?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you both for coming on the show. It is time
Are you
to
going to edit
leave.
the episode as well?
You can certainly send me the raw file, and then maybe I'll get it back to you. So if you want to take that chance, I don't know when this is supposed to come out, but in any case, get the fuck out. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me, and goodbye.
Woo, bye.
Bye, I guess.
Bye.
Of the Eldest Gods would like to thank its $10 and up patrons. This means you're either in the Savior of Olympus tier or the God Complex tier on our Patreon, patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. Thank you all so much for your support, especially Matt, our God Complex patron.
You can follow this podcast's socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send us a message through the Duat to oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about the Riordanverse or whatever else. Our $5 patron tier also gets you access to Against All Odds, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with mythology, no promises. You can check out our merch store on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie. Or if you cannot or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. If you want to hear more from me, Raye, check out my If you want to hear more from me, Raye, check out Barbie Movie Slap, a podcast where my co-host Ted and I discuss Barbie's cinematic universe. That podcast's Twitter is at Barbie Slaps.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. You can also hear my voice on 2 other podcasts. I co-host another podcast on the network with the meme maker Robert called The Bits, where we talk about the Cartoon Network show Steven Universe. I also co-host a non-network podcast with my buddy Ethan called Mysteries in the Machine, where we talk about all things Scooby-Doo. Our music was created and produced by Isabelle Strauss-Riggs. You can find Isabelle at Kane I, that's I is in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. She also currently makes video essays on the YouTube channel Kane I. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your podcast.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now we are discussing The Kane Chronicles. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
Have you ever gotten so distracted in Stardew Valley that you forgot to sleep? Have you realised that you have a whole room in your house full of dolls? Or have you even bored your friends to sleep talking about your passion? Well then, Content Capable is the podcast for you. Join me, Sam, as I chat to people passionate about what they do, asking questions about how they fell in love with their passion, what they do, and how it interacts with their day-to-day lives. Catch the podcast every Monday as I find out what makes someone tick, all while gleaning interesting and insightful life lessons along the way. There'll be laughs, a bit of crying, a whole lot of conversations, and we learn just a little bit more about the world around us.
No one told me this would be recorded. Come on.
Dave X Media.